Thanks for coming back. You guys are tuning into Vegucation, where we're talking all about parasites.
We interrupt this broadcast tonight to bring to you a special blooper from Britt Jones.
Yeah, so I'm very smart. I don't want you guys out here in these streets thinking like Britt Jones is dumb. I know the difference between astronomy and astrology. I just did like a little beep beep, like a little boop boop, little mistake.
She just has trouble with L's and N's. Sometimes she swaps them.
It's just my letters. It's not my sciences.
All right, so what do you want to know about parasites?
Well, for sure I want to know how to get them out of me if I have them in me. Because I think about, I don't know if you know that movie with Kate Beckinsale, Claire Danes, where they went out of the country and they were like kind of dumb and they got in trouble. There was a scene where a bug crawled into the girl's ear.
Yeah. That's one thing. It's like I think of earwigs, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no.
So, like, is somebody have to dig in my ear to get the parasite out? I'm scared.
Definitely not.
Okay, good.
But you are onto something. A lot of times when we go to different countries, they have different water. You know, most countries parasite cleanse every single year.
Yeah.
We're one of the only cultures that don't. So it needs to be a lot more normalized because they can cause lots of troubles. You know, they're essentially like a roommate that doesn't pay rent. They are a host in your body that's going to take nutrients, might steal your iron. Sound familiar?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Is there a parasite in me taking my iron? That's why ferritin's so low?
It could be, definitely.
How do I evict him?
Yes. So there's many protocols, but before you ever start a parasite protocol, the thing that you really want to remember is keeping your drainage pathways open. So we've talked about gut health, right?
What is a drainage pathway?
Right. So drainage pathways for us, we have a lot of them, but we don't utilize them as readily as we should.
Like the nose, the mouth.
Pooping.
1 and 2?
Pooping.
Okay. We can say poop. It's not a dirty word here.
No.
Pooping. Your poop hole.
Pooping is like sprinkles here.
That's drainage.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So
like
pooping.
Sprinkles?
I don't know.
Okay.
All right, don't put poop sprinkles on your ice cream. But yes. So the opening drainage pathways means you are able to sweat and means you are able to poop regularly.
Okay.
That was a hard word for me today.
I feel like I sweat regularly.
Which is good. It means your drainage pathways are doing really well. I know pooping can still be a little bit of a struggle for you.
Working on it.
Yes. So before you start cleansing, you may want to do an intestinal mover, make sure things are working the way that they should.
You introduced me to a good one.
Yes, I did.
I forgot the name. I used it for half the time I was supposed to, and it worked great. And then I stopped because I have commitment issues.
Yes.
What was the protocol that you recommended?
Yeah, so same company that does the intestinal mover also has the full moon kit. So why do we want to parasite cleanse around the full moon? Well, when the full moon is happening, our serotonin levels are going to be higher in our body, meaning the parasites are going to be more active. So think of it like a party
that's not paying rent threw a party because it's nighttime and invited other people over.
Right. So.
And you were sleeping.
Yes. So your parasites are having a party.
Oh.
A good way to tell before starting parasite cleansing if you may have them is chart the full moon. If around the full moon you have a lot of trouble sleeping, you have anal itching at night.
I physically felt that. Wasn't expecting anal itching.
Do you need to scratch?
I mean, I didn't physically feel it, but I didn't know you were gonna go there. So anal itching during the full moon, like that's a red flag for a parasite.
That's
Good to know.
Definitely a red flag. And again, not being able to sleep very well, constantly waking up in the middle of the night. And these can happen for kids too. So it's something for you to absolutely, if we can get parasites, kids can get parasites.
I'm not gonna name names, but I think one of my babies has a parasite.
It's probably, if they can plan
anal
their
itching.
A lot, yes, there's a good chance there is a parasite. But again, it's very easy to cleanse them.
Okay.
Again, we want to make sure those drainage pathways are open before you do anything. So Microbe Formulas has step 1, which is called drainage.
Okay.
And then after you go through that, as long as you're sweating on a regular basis, you're pooping, we can feel free to move on to that parasite cleansing if you're ready for that. If you're struggling with chronic issues, lots of different health issues, I would not recommend going from drainage right to full moon.
Okay.
I would recommend doing a full protocol, which is something I help my clients with, and then Microbe Formulas has coaches too that work with it.
So step 1 is opening the drainage pathways, and that helps you to sweat and use the bathroom.
Right.
And then is there something in between that and like full
Yeah,
moon?
there's actually 2 more steps if you were going to do the complete protocol. That's going to help someone who's struggling with their kidney, their liver function,
Gotcha.
really go through helping their mitochondrial health, their ATP cellular renewal, all of that. So that's that takes about 9 months to a year to complete the protocol.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's really a body overhaul, but if you're struggling with chronic issues and you want to get to the root cause,
Yeah.
that's when I would do the entire protocol.
So it could potentially take you an entire year to evict this little sucker that ran up in your body uninvited.
Well, so this is the problem we run into. If we try to cleanse too soon, you can have what's called like a Herx reaction, where you have so many toxins coming out of your body that your body starts to really freak out and all of your symptoms get worse.
Oh,
so your
great.
skin might get worse. Everything gets worse, and then all of a sudden you pass it and things are exponentially better.
So I don't know if you remember this. This was like a couple years ago. We were looking into this, I think it's like a therapy where you would soak the feet
Yes.
and then the parasites would come out of the feet.
Which we confirmed was
Was
fake.
not a real thing.
Definitely.
But when you do parasite cleanse, do you actually see the parasites come out?
Yeah, it depends on how many. So a lot of my clients who, we get to a point where maybe they have skin issues, right?
Yeah.
They have some acne and we've done everything. Their diet's clean, everything is looking great, and I still can't get to what's going on. Then we usually go towards parasite cleansing. And I had one specific client who passed 7 her first round,
Oh my
and they were
gosh.
very visible. But they're not always visible. There's tiny ones, there's big ones. So don't be scared, and if you don't want to see them, just don't look.
Oh my gosh, okay. This is very traumatic for me, but I appreciate the information because I really do want to get it out of me if it's in me.
And again, if you start doing this on a regular basis, like imagine if you do go on vacation out of the country, or even if you pick up a parasite from your dog because you let them kiss you on your mouth.
I don't do that.
I was pretty sure you didn't,
I
considering
ain't never gonna do that.
she kind of goes like this to dogs when they
I'm
come
like,
up to her.
no. Every time a dog
No.
comes up, I'm like, no. And
Whereas
sometimes
I'm
they
like,
listen.
dog.
You're like, hello, baby. I'm like,
Some people are plant-based for the animals. Some people are plant-based for themselves.
I love animals, but not on me when they're big. Little puppies and little kitties I like, but not big ones. They're scary.
Send your big ones my way, folks. But what else? Is there any other questions I can answer for you related to parasite cleansing?
Yes.
Anything else you want to know?
So we talked about the myth of you can see them come out of your feet in the little
Yes.
foot soak thing. I do have another question. I'm like one of those people, like the advertisements get me.
You don't say.
It's really bad. And my kids are the same way. They'll see an ad and they're like, I need to get this game. But I bought these little packets that you're supposed to stick in your sock because they say like it'll take the parasites out of your feet in your sleep. I feel like now the way you're looking at me, like I've been duped. I shouldn't have bought that.
Yes.
Okay. So the only way to get the parasites out is to open the drainage pathways and for them to come out in your sweat and in your poop.
Pooping them out, yeah.
Pooping them out. So they
Pooping
don't
them
even
out.
come out in your sweat.
No, but where you want, so the thing is parasites will hold on to heavy metals, right? So mercury, cadmium, arsenic,
Okay.
all of these things. So you have to be sweating in order to get those toxins out at the same time,
Okay.
right? So if we release, one weird thing that can happen if you've had a parasite living in you for a long time is I've had a few clients feel extremely depressed right before they pass a parasite. So, I mean, it's like a living being leaving your body. So you feel very sad and then you
That's
feel
weird.
a lot better when they're gone. And it's a strange thing.
I've had living beings come out of my body and it was very happy both times. But I get you. Parasites
Yes.
are not people.
They're
Got
not
it.
people,
Okay.
but they like to think they are.
Oh my gosh. This has been super enlightening.
Well,
Super enlightening.
again, you're not gross if you have parasites. We
No.
all have them.
I mean, I might be scared of you, but there's nothing wrong with it. We all
But
have them apparently.
the best way, again, because testing's so hard to find them.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
You said that if you sweat and get the heavy metals out, they hold on to those. So like when you open your drainage pathways, does that make it easier to test for them?
It's not going to make it easier to test for them because, again, their job is to hide.
Gotcha.
So I don't really recommend testing for the most part. Like, let's just get them out.
Yeah,
And if you're on a regular cleansing, you're going to be in a great space.
Okay.
So I know we're going to talk about oral parasites coming up next, which I love this topic just as much. No one else does. But we'll be right back in a minute.